Good day, my dear tourists. I am Angelica Cruz, a fourth-year student of University of Baguio, taking a Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management with specialization in international tourism, and I will be your tour guide for today's virtual tour. Everyone, I welcome you to the beautiful province of Benguet. But before we start our adventure, I would like to give some reminders. First, if you can hear me or understand what I'm saying, please click the raise hand button and I will immediately respond to your concern. Second, please synchronize your time with me so no one will be left behind. And lastly, always open your camera and mute your microphone to avoid distraction during the tour. I am so excited for this tour and I believe all of you as well. What are you waiting for? Let's now experience art and nature in the beautiful province of Benguet. So let's start now. The Philippines is located in Southeast Asia on the eastern rim of the Asiatic Mediterranean. It is bounded in the west by the South China Sea, in the east by the Pacific Ocean, in the south by the Sulu and Celebes Sea, and in the north by the Bashi Channel. Its capital and main port of entry is Manila. Cebu, which is some 562 kilometers to the south of Manila, is the second largest international gateway to the country. The Philippines is an archipelago or string of over 7,641 islands in the Southeastern Asia between the South China Sea and the Pacific Ocean. The two largest islands, Luzon and Mindanao, make up for 2/3 of the total land area. Only about 1/3 of the islands are inhabited. One of the best destinations that you can visit here in the Philippines is Benguet. My dear tourists, here is the map of Benguet. Benguet, together with Abra, Apayao, Baguio City, Ifugao, Kalinga, and Mountain Province comprise the Cordillera Administrative Region in northern Luzon. It has a mountainous terrain of peaks, ridges, and canyons, and a temperate and generally pleasant climate. Benguet lies southernmost in the Cordillera Administrative Region. At 5,000 feet above sea level, the province lies on the top of the Cordillera Mountains. On the north, it is bounded by Mountain Province. On the south by Pangasinan. On the east by Ifugao and Nueva Vizcaya. And on the west by La Union and Ilocos Sur. Benguet is 311 kilometers away from Manila. The province comprises 1 congressional district, 2 provincial board districts, 13 municipalities, and 140 barangays, and its capital town is La Trinidad. It has 3 ethno-linguistic groups, the Kankanaoys, Ibaloys, and Kalanguya, and other minor groups with distinct cultures and histories of their own. Long before the coming of the Spanish colonizers to the Philippines, the people of Benguet walked and lived on the land, mountain, and valleys of the southern Cordillera mountain range down to the sea coast of Ilocos Sur, Pangasinan, and La Union to as far as the ancient trading centers of Itoy in the northern plain of Luzon. There were no political subdivisions or subjugations. Movements and settlements were in search of rich hunting grounds, fertile valleys and abundant resources of the earth, rivers and seas, and places of barter and trade. The name Benguet was first pronounced in La Trinidad, a thriving settlement at the crossroads to the lowland trading sites during the period of Spanish expeditions. La Trinidad then was a settlement around a lake alive with wildlife, wallowing carabaos dotted with patches of taro, rice, gabi, and camote. In one expedition, a curious Spanish conquistador who saw this settlement noted that the people were cloth coverings wrapped around their heads several times. When he inquired about it, the native explained that the heavy head covering which the people wore as protection from the searing cold and winds is termed Benguet. With the western accent of the colonizers, Benguet was mispronounced as Benguet. In time, it eventually became a general reference to the territories of the Igorots people by the Ibaloy, Kankanaoy, Kalanguya, and the minor tribes. And now, this wraps up the profile and history of province of Benguet. Now let's proceed to the most exciting part of this tour, the introduction of tourist destinations in the province of Benguet. We are now here at the Benguet Museum. Benguet Museum is a personal project of Benedicto Cabrera, a Philippine national artist for visual arts. The museum is located in Benguet, particularly in the town of Tuba. A short drive from the Baguio City, a short drive from the Baguio city center. It houses Bencab's collection of his own masterpieces and also those of other distinguished artists and emerging contemporary artists. It aims to promote the arts, environmental conservation. Aside from the displays and exhibit, also has a cafe named after Bencab's Sabel, where you can taste delicious food seller Bencab's brew from their garden. It also has its own organic farm and mini forest. At the garden, you can see many ducks and fishes, and you can also hear the sounds of the ducks and birds around there. You can also feel the cold breeze in the farm. Bencab Museum is located at 91 kilometers 6 Asin Road, Tadyangan, Tuba, Benguet. You may take a jeepney or a taxi from Baguio City Center. Travel time is 15 to 30 minutes. Here are some pictures inside and outside the Bencab. This is the farm of Bencab. It is where the fishes and ducks located. And this is the Cafe Sabel, where you can taste their good food and taste their bestseller coffee, which is Bencab's brew. This is Mr. Benedicto Cabrera. His background is the 32 portrait of Sabel. Now I welcome you all to Sam's Agri-Tourism Park, which is 3 minutes or 1.2 kilometer drive from Bencab Museum. Sam's Agri-Tourism Park is an underrated park in Baguio City. It is located on 1977 Asin Road, Baguio, Benguet. The park offers a lot of sculpted creatures like dragon, lizard, animals, and some other fantasy creatures. A beautiful scenic view surrounds the park, but the road going from the park is very inclined and hard to pass, especially for tourists who don't have experience in a very inclined hill. Here are some photos inside the Sam's Agri-Tourism Park. Let me present you a short video clip of Uncle Sam's Agri-Tourism Park. destination is the Cannon Road View Deck, which is 23 minutes drive and 10.3 kilometer from Sam's Agri-Tourism Park via Asin Road and Cannon Road. The Cannon Road View Deck has the most wonderful view of Baguio City's mountainous slope. You'll see here a perfect color blend of the mountain's misty dark brown soil, lush green pine trees, and luminescent pineapple farm, and feel the cold breeze of the place. I bet this great view is the reason why a view deck was put up there despite its awkward position in the middle of the road. This is a common second stop of tourists who are coming from the southern part of Baguio. This view deck has two sections. The second floor, which has some statues and plant pots, and the first floor, which has a small store and a garden with metal rails. That garden gives you a much wider view of the open area, while the second floor gives you an elevated view which allows you to take better pictures. Here is what you can take when you are up in the Cannon Road view deck. Did you enjoy the view at the top, my dear tourists? Then we are now here at the famous Lion's Head. It is just a 6 minutes drive from the top. Beside the Lion's Head, there are souvenir shops where you can buy different pasalubongs and restaurants when you feel hungry. It will be a little noisy in this place because there are many vehicles passing by. The Lion's Head in Baguio City gave us a warm welcome after a chilling ride in the steep and dizzy zigzag road of the Cannon Road. This lion's head was carved out of a large rock by the Ifugao artist Reynaldo Lopez Nauyac, who was commissioned by the Lions Club Baguio City in 1968. The finished work, which was unveiled in 1972, was became an iconic structure since then. Here are some pictures of the lion's head. You may see this when you came from the south. We will now proceed to Aran Cave, which is 26 minutes drive from the Lion's Head statue. Aran Cave was formerly known as Tukang Cave. It's a new spelunking destination situated in Tuba, Benguet. The length of the cave is found within Camp 3 and Twin Peaks, or may even extend beyond to neighboring barangays as the cave is not yet fully explored. Did you know, as claimed by the locals, the name of the cave is coined from Aran, an Ibaloy term for giant? Accordingly, the cave had been a dwelling place of a giant. Sounds interesting, right? The mystery behind this story and of how a giant can live inside a cave where a normal human needs to crawl through crevices to get in is also a part of the adventure your guide will speak of. On the other hand, its former name is Tukang Cave. It's derived from the sitio where the cave is located. Inside, you will see a myriad of stalagmites and stalactites, crystal clear water, swimming pools, waterfalls, baths, and dank and cold caverns. Interestingly, a chamber near the entrance is dotted with traces of gold and silver. You can hear the water flowing inside and the sound of the bats. Here are some pictures of the Aran Cave. Here what you can see inside the Aran Cave. Now we are now at our last destination, the Bridal Veil Falls, which is just 10 minutes drive from the cave. The falls is along Cannon Road. It can be viewed from the road. The falls can be reached by crossing a bridge, and as you go near the falls, you will hear the sound of the rushing water as music in your ears. The name is born from what looks like a breath of a woman who is going to marry. From a bird's eye view, it really does resemble that a long flowing veil from a firm rock wall. The water pours down from a towering height before it crashes into a shady catch basin enclosed by boulders. Here are some pictures of the Bridal Veil Falls in Tuba. This is the picture when you go near the falls. Did you enjoy our tour, my dear tourists? Great. So now we are done with our tour. But before we end this, I would like to share some responsible travel tips. When traveling to different places, make sure to practice some responsible tourism. First, respect the environment. Do not throw the trash, and if you cannot find any trash bin, put it first in your pocket and throw it when you already found a trash bin. Second, please minimize the use of plastic bags. It's better to use eco bags to help save Mother Earth. Third, support local products. By this, you can help the locals to meet their needs if you buy some of their products. And lastly, always ask permission. It's better to be sure about the guidelines for your safety. Okay, everyone, this is now the end. I am very thankful to you for choosing me as your virtual tour guide today. And I hope I will see you soon here in the province of Benguet. Again, this is Angelica, your virtual tour guide, signing off.